This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, May 17th, 2019. And the title of this rant is Topsy Turvey Diplomacy Wags the Dogs of War. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, our president had a call with his puppet master, President Putin of Russia. And since then, he has taken some very aggressive stance, diplomacy, such to the point that you would have thought that he was doing Putin's bidding. I would never have thought that. But after that call, he got even more aggressive with China, slapping more tariffs on China. And of course, this could lead to some economic instability throughout the world. And of course, who does that help? That helps Russia because of the instability. In the last week or 2 or 3, the president has threatened aggressive action against some of our allies, Mexico, Canada, and Europe. He's also had threatened against Iran, Syria, and Venezuela. But in that time frame, he has not made any threats whatsoever against Russia at all. He also had the most autocratic ruler in Europe, from the president of Hungary, in the White House, basically solidifying his belief that he likes strong autocratic leaders who crush their people, who hate other people coming into their country, etc. At the same time, again, nothing has been said of Russia. At the same time, Team Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Kushner, and now the attorney Barr have basically indicated to Russia, oh, nothing that you did in 2016 was that bad. We got nothing against that. You're more than welcome to do it again in 2020. And if you do it for our benefit, all the merrier. In the meantime, they're not letting any of the Mueller information directly related to a lot of that come out. They're trying to suppress that as much as possible. Again, a great benefit to Russia. At the same time, the dogs of war being wagged in the sense that we had an agreement with Iran that was co-signed by England, France, Germany, Russia, China, all with Iran, that Iran would do certain things not to get the bomb. We would lift economic sanctions. We basically said, fuck it, we don't want to be in that anymore. And we let it go for a little while. And then we're saying to all of these allies of ours that spent years working on this, because if you get diplomacy is hard. Sometimes you can only get this much before you can get this much, before you can get this much, but you got to get this much. And that's all the Iran deal was a start in the thing. And they basically said to all of the allies that signed that thing, guess what? You have to make a decision. You're either with Iran or you're with us. Because if you're with Iran, we're going to cut you off. You are not doing any business with us, which has made it very difficult for Iran, which has been abiding by their agreement. So what's going on right now? We're sending ships over there. We're indicating that bad things are happening over there when other of our allies are saying, no, that's really not that big a deal. We're pushing Iran to, let's say, bite, to take the bait or whatever so that we can start a war, even though Trump is saying, oh, no, I'm not necessarily want to start a war. Don't get me wrong. He can just be saying that to act like, oh, I'm trying to hold back on all of this. And then if we instigate an incident that happens and use that for justification, then he gets to be a war president and he gets to be a hero. So don't think he's really trying to hold back. But all of these things are hurting the United States, both internally and externally. And this guy is showing he doesn't know anything about anything. And if he pushes us to war, we need all the strength we can to push back on this as hard as possible.